Hello, friends. My name is Charmaine from To Witch Isle, and this is another Witches Cauldron. You know, um, in trauma healing, there are a lot of times that you need to make decisions or that you're just really hyped up and emotional and you need to come down with your emotional response. Whether it's extreme anger or it's frustration and an overwhelming frustration. It could be that maybe you're just way, way, way excited too, and you know that you lose your experience if you become too elated in any one situation. When you're recovering from trauma, it's a very normal to have emotions that are unregulated like that. So, and in those times, you're thinking to yourself, well, how the heck do I come down from these really, really high emotions? I don't understand how you want me to do this because usually when you're in those high emotions, you can't think of what to do to come down. If, like I said before, if you don't already practice meditation, it's highly unlikely you're going to think, oh, this is when I'm supposed to meditate when when you are, when your when your emotions have been triggered and they're in a state that is incontrollable or highly uncontrollable, if that makes sense. I If you suffer from having emotions go a little extreme, you probably know what I'm talking about. So, I would always ask, "Well, I don't understand. Why do these things work?" Well, these things work actually because it slows down your brain since you can't do it yourself at that point. When you're in crisis and your emotions have been triggered and they're on now a runaway train going full speed at a brick wall, and there isn't anything you can do to come down from it, you just kind of have to let them run its course. But because you don't want to stuff them either, you don't need to hide the emotion, but you do need that emotion to come and go because emotions are like waves. They do not come and go. They don't come and stay forever. And, it may feel like they will come and they will stay forever, but that isn't the case. Emotions are very much like waves on the ocean. No wave has ever hit the shore and not gone out. So, what do you do in those times where you need to distract from your emotion in a healthy manner? So, obviously, not doing drugs or drinking, because those are just numbing agents. So, what do you do? What do you do to come down from those emotions? Well, I have a list here that I actually got from my therapist of distracting activities. And these are things you can do if you do them mindfully to take you down from whatever emotion that you're feeling. And it's funny because a lot of these I used to use. Like, when I would get angry, I would clean and I would clean freak clean. So, yeah, it was a little extreme, but it was a healthy distraction from what I was feeling till I could come down from that emotion and make sense of what was going on around me, till I could bring the forefront of my brain online, the prefrontal cortex, to think about what's happening and tell me logically my way through, or logically show me paths way through my problem that I'm having. Can't get there if you are at 100% emotional response triggered. Here's the list of distracting activities. I'm just going to read them off and I'm going to hold it close because I'm old and I can't see anymore. Okay. Cook your favorite meal. Go out and have a cup of coffee with a friend. Work out. Listen to your favorite music. And maybe dance. Watch a movie at home or a TV show. Pick up a new hobby, yoga, Pilates, or something else. Take a hot bubble bath. Visit a museum or a gallery. Play an instrument or start learning to play one. Simply go outside for a walk. Play a game with your friends, Monopoly or Clue. And let me add there, you could probably play Words with Friends or something if it's online with those people that are too far away from you. You could call a friend or a family member in chat. You can chat online with your friends. You can go shopping or browse around. Start writing a book. Meditate. Listen to a type of music that you don't listen to normally. Read a magazine or a newspaper. Get a massage or go to a beauty salon. Watch a sports event. Buy some plants or do some gardening. Go to the movies or watch a play. Read your favorite book genre. Play video games. Play with your pet or give it a bath. Go on a date with your loved one. Have a picnic or go for a hike. Take a nap or sleep. Oh, I like that. Listen to a podcast or enjoy the radio. Start a diary. Do karaoke. Eat snacks or something you enjoy. Go outside and enjoy the sunshine. Watch YouTube or visit a website you like. Read comic books. Go for a drive or take the public transport. Create new art that you enjoy. Go out and have your favorite lunch. Draw a painting or do some coloring. Do some work or finish up some chores if you enjoy doing that. Buy a gift for a loved one or a friend. Go swimming in the local pool. Ooh. Or maybe go to the ocean. If you live close to the ocean, go to a lake if you live close to a lake. Go play in a stream if you live close to a stream. At least one that's not on somebody's property. Don't get yourself in trouble. Um, dress nice and go out or watch stand-up comedy. So that's just a short list. And I have seen lists up to 4 pages long that were in tiny, tiny print of tons of different activities that you could do that can distract you from whatever emotional response you might be stuck in. And these are the things that you need to go to. So if it isn't something you normally do in your life, if you do not normally meditate and you get emotionally triggered by something, you are not going to be able to go and say, okay, I'm going to meditate now, because your brain won't be practiced in pushing out thoughts. It's going to be, but no, your brain will protest that if you're trying to do that. So I do not recommend that. But if you're a gardener and you go in your garden daily because you have to water it or whatever the case may be, that right there is a pleasurable activity. Even if it's something you started just to grow your own food, maybe you felt pressured into this garden, maybe it's not even your garden, it's your wife's garden, whatever the case may be. If you go out to that garden and spend some time in it every day, 20 minutes, you are going to be more likely to go out to the garden the next time you get emotionally triggered. If you normally take walks every day, you probably will feel called to go take a walk when you get angry or frustrated and you need to walk away from something. Just yesterday, I took a coupe out of a box and realized how overwhelmed I was with all the pieces and the hardware and it not being very well labeled and the directions being very, very simplified, which I appreciate, but at the same time, I got overwhelmed. And so I took a walk around my yard and I did some other yard work and I piddled here and I piddled there. And that brought my emotional response from frustration way down to the point that I could come over to this thing, get it set up in a fashion that tomorrow, which is now today, I can go outside and start step one with the pieces I need for that, with the glue ready to go. Everything's ready to go. I just need to go out and do it now. And you know what? Sometimes that's what you need to do. And then tell yourself that you're going to take it by steps. So that's what I'm doing with this chicken coop. And let me just tell you, I feel underqualified to be doing this. But I also felt underqualified when they put me on the Millennium Falcon and told me I was going to drive it. So I guess and I did drive it, and I did pretty good, so it's all in your mind. You can do just about anything if you let your mind say, "I can figure it out." That is much more positive than "I can never do this," or "This is impossible." That defeating language in your head is gonna defeat you in real life. So, try to remind yourself to always tell yourself, "I can do this." And if it takes stepping away to take a walk, go into the garden to plant a seed or 2, maybe pull some weeds, because that's therapeutic in itself, then go do that. Maybe it was going and doing karaoke. Maybe you got a microphone. Okay, that's really cool because I do have a microphone stand in my house. And I do tend to play a lot of radio. And I do play a lot of songs I already know. So I can just stand the microphone in my kitchen and belt it out when it's time. And then go back to the dishes. I challenge you to use some of these activities to get you out of your emotional response. Make these your go to and make room for them in your daily life so that you're practiced when you get triggered so you can go to these activities. That's what it's about. Those self care tips that everybody's saying self care, self care. This is self care. This is taking yourself to play a video game to get out some of that anger because right now I'm just really angry at this project that I'm working on. Whatever your case may be, use some of these in your daily and it will change your life. I truly do hope this helps you. It did help me once I finally grasped the reason why I needed these things. Sometimes that is half of the problem. As always, take what resonates with you and leave the rest. Thank you for listening. And until next time, light and love.